Hey everybody, Gabe here. Today we are going to talk about how to save money when we're self-employed. Our incomes are all over the place. They have a tendency to get kind of crazy unless you've done a great job of normalizing your income. And if you've done a great job of normalizing your income, then what has a tendency to happen is we have a tendency to start to get confused by the complexity because our success is creating complexity. And so a client of mine called up right at the beginning of the whole coronavirus volatility going on and said, I feel like I need to start putting some more money for my kids' college funds away. I'm kind of wondering if we should start another account for them or if I should be putting money elsewhere. What do you think I should be doing? I'm really not sure what to do. And this has probably happened in your lifetime. I mean, it happens in my practice all the time. My clients start to become more and more successful. The cash keeps getting better and better, and they go, oh my gosh, things are great, but I really don't know what the best thing to do is. And we have a tendency to just go spend it because, I don't really need it to pay my bills. Well, this client of mine, let's call him Lloyd. Lloyd reached out to me and said, all right, I know I need to do something. I'm just not quite sure what it is. Can you help me with what it is? I said, sure, let's talk about it. So we walked through where he was with his current situation. His cash flow is fantastic. He does have quite a bit of debts that he's paying on. He's got his house. He's got a second mortgage because he built a house a year ago and had a jumbo mortgage that they needed to avoid, so they have a couple of different mortgages. They also have some student loans still sitting out there, as well as the auto loan for his vehicle that he's driving. I said, well, the first thing we got to do is we got to look at refinancing this mortgage. I mean, the interest rates are super low right now based upon what's going on in the markets. The interest rates for 30-year mortgages tucked all the way down below 3% for like a day. And so therefore I said, all right, first thing though is let's deal with getting this mortgage refinanced. Once we get the mortgage refinanced, all right, then you're going to go on to the next steps. And those next steps that you're going to go through are this. Based upon your goals, and we did dig into his goals. I'm like, okay, let's talk about retirement. How many more years till you want to retire? And he was on path, not a concern for retirement. I said, let's talk college education, because that was the piece that brought you to asking the question in the first place. He said, well, I'm already funding the kids' college education every single month. We're on a path there. He goes, I'm pretty sure, well, not pretty sure, I know my dad is continuously funding funds for my 3 boys as well. So not only do we have money set aside for college, we have 2 people doing it. I ran the numbers and projected those out fine for college. Not a concern. I said, all right, well, then we don't need to worry about doing that for the kids for college. And I said, let's take a look at the next step. What are else to the goals? He goes, well, the rest of the things, I'd really just like to start making smart decisions with my money. I said, okay, well, how much money do you have in your emergency savings? He says, well, I've got about $70,000. Okay, how's your business? My business is going great. Everything is going really well. Cash flow is great. Income is great. Not a concern. I said, okay, well, then let's take a look at what we can maybe do with this emergency savings since it's more than you currently need. All right, you need closer to $35,000 to $40,000 is where you really need to be. All right, so let's take a look at what we can do with some of the rest of that. So we took a look at maybe paying off his student loans of his wife's, and that's what we did. We took care of that. We then built a plan to go ahead and pay off his truck loan. And on top of that, they were in the process of refinancing their mortgage, which then increased their cash flow. And so what we found is we found about another $1,000 to $1,200 per month of living expenses that we were able to keep from going out so that they could turn around and start putting that in a different place to start building it up into just a regular investment account. And so we found that he was on track for retirement. We found he was on track for his kids' education. We found that he was on track for pretty much everything and needed to know where to go with this additional money. And so he really wanted to invest it and didn't want to work on paying off his mortgage any faster because he just got a super low interest rate. And so we decided to just put that money into a regular joint investment account. And at the same time, we were going to go and build his savings back up at the same time. So we were going to split that $1,000 to $1,200 a month in half. $500 to $600 a month was going to go into his current savings account, and the other $500 to $600 a month was going to go to that joint investment account and building up. So we were able to take that complexity and change that into a game plan because he was confused and concerned as to what he should be doing. And so what I would urge you to do is take some time and look at your current situation. All right, the first thing is can you take advantage of a refinance right now? If you can take advantage of the refinance, you definitely should take a look at it because interest rates are still really, really low. And that might either A, get you more money in your checkbook each and every month, or it might cut down the number of years until that house is paid off. And especially if that's one of your goals, you're going to want to look into that. The next thing I would do is I would take a look and make sure you got an adequate amount of money in your current savings account. If you do, then go to the next step. Are there some debts that you can pay off? Could you start paying off your cars, or if you have student loans or what a credit card debt? Can you go and clean some of those things up? And then can you go to that next level? And that next level is, all right, can I start putting additional money back into my savings if I want, or do I need to start an additional account? Do I need to look at putting more money to my retirement account by bumping that up a little bit? Do I need to add college funding for my kids? There's another place that you could go. So take a look and see where you are, and all that comes down to is looking through your expenses, analyzing where those expenses are and where they're going, and see if you can figure out a way to cut or trim or refinance or whatever it might do, so that you're going to be able to then move forward. Make sure your cash flow is good, make sure your emergency savings is good, especially in this current time that we're in, and then start looking for ways to become more and more efficient with your business. If you want some additional help, you need some specific questions answered, please reach out to me at GabeNelsonFinancial.com. You can schedule a consultation, free consultation for 15 to 20 minutes on a Zoom call or a phone call, as well as check out my podcast, Solopreneur Money. And if you want to download any resources, check out my resources tab. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.